Hey everyone, we're here with Kat McNamara from Shadowhunters, and she's going to tell us all about herself and answer some great questions about Season 2.
Here we go.
Alright, so we have a few of our fan questions that they asked you on Twitter.
Great.
So we're actually going to let you pull from a hat.
Fabulous.
And just pick up 5 or 6 questions.
I love a good chapeau. Let's see what this one is. So this is from Seb Didario. How much time do you spend doing the runes before you start shooting an episode? We reapply the runes every day, as much as we've tried, and I've actually experimented over and over again wearing the runes home, sleeping in them, and coming back to work. It does not work. We have to reapply them every day. But the runes don't take that long to put on because it's just, it works sort of like a transfer tattoo.
Gotcha.
Where you put it on and put the water and then it's on your skin.
Old school.
It's very old school. But then we seal it so that it stays all day. And with wardrobe and fights and things like this, but then taking them off is quite the process because we've sealed them on so well.
Oh man, how long does that take you?
Depends on how tired I am and how aggressive I am with it. There's some nights where I spend the time that I should and take it off gently. There's other nights where it's 4 a.m. and I get the makeup tray on and I'm like, get this off of me, I want to go sleep. So it depends.
Got it.
Okay. So Jackie J _ says, I really like Clary's fashion this season. Thank you, me too. Have you ever felt tempted to take something of it home from set? I have never taken anything from set, but I have gone out and bought the same items for myself sometimes.
Wow.
Just because Clary's fashion is very similar to my own. I'll often go to work in a pair of boots, a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and a jacket, and open the closet in my trailer and put on a different boots, jeans, t-shirt, and a jacket because I dress almost the exact same way that Clary does, which makes it really fun because I'm always comfortable on set. You know, I always know how I'm going to feel in the wardrobe. But we have an amazing wardrobe designer, Shelly Mansell, who she kind of lets me help craft the wardrobe, and it's a very collaborative process, which I think is very helpful.
Yeah.
But she has incredible ideas of her own that I'm always astounded, and her team is absolutely incredible. I've never had better fitting clothing.
Oh, amazing.
It's true. They're incredible, incredible people. Let's see here. Kat's Alberto. In what way has Clary changed from season 1 to season 2? Clary's a vastly different person than she was in season 1. And that's something that I love about the show is that all of the characters have grown. And they've all changed. And the events of season 1 have heavily affected them in getting to season 2. But then even moving forward from there, they continue to grow and continue to change. And there's so many insane things that happen in season 2. I mean, we've only shot the first 10 episodes. But even between episodes 1 and 10, so many things happen that change them, and she's constantly growing. But Clary specifically, she's becoming more of an adult. She's becoming more of a shadow hunter. She's taking on her responsibility for her actions, and she's gaining skills, so she gets to be a little bit more of a badass and fight her own battles. But there's real maturity that you see in her this season that I think she needed, and I think it's really beneficial.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing it.
Oh, thanks. Slay Frey, if the cast of Shadowhunters were at summer camp, who would you want to bunk with? Ooh, see, that's an interesting question. Isaiah makes great coffee, so he'd be a good person to bunk with. I always have the most interesting conversations with Matthew Daddario, so I think late night conversations as we're falling asleep would be very interesting. And Alberto and I always end up having existential conversations.
Oh.
So I think delirious existential conversations after a long day at summer camp might be interesting as well.
Nice.
In other words, toss up. Can we all be in the same cabin?
Yeah.
Because those are the best
for everyone.
conversations. Yeah. For a family, we'll squeeze in. Okay, let's see here. Parabatash wants to know, who is your first celebrity crush? Ryan Gosling in The Notebook.
Of course.
Hands down. And still is. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. It never gets old.
These are great questions.
Andressa BM11, how was your first kiss? My first kiss was, I mean, it's like you think it's going to be like like this glorious thing, and maybe for some people it is. For me, it was very sweet. It was a little awkward, but with someone that I still think is one of my favorite people ever.
Do you still talk to them?
So, of course.
Oh, that's great.
So it was absolutely one of my favorite things.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Santa Clary, which cast member did you meet first? Dom and I actually knew each other before the show.
Oh.
So we were already friends before all of this happened, which is, I think, something that was really fun for me to have during like the chemistry reads and all the testing process, because there was already a familiar face, already a connection. Especially for two characters that have to have that instant connection. It helped to have a little bit of friendship before that. But I was in the same audition process as Alberto and Emerald. So we were always in waiting rooms together and always in that same group. And I'll never forget walking into the waiting room. It was a bunch of Clarys and a bunch of Simons. And I walked in and I kind of looked at everyone and I saw Alberto and I thought to myself, well, that's him. And it is. And we instantly hit it off. So
that's so great.
It was really great and really gratifying to go through that process together and come out the other side and be like, we did it.
We're all winners.
We're all in this together. Let's do it. Let's make a TV show. Do we have time for more of these?
Yeah, I think we have time for just one more.
One more? Okay, cool.
Who's the lucky winner?
I know, right? Let me see. Oh, here's one. Wait. Let me grab it. Maria Summers, 98. How does Clary feel that Jace is her brother? Awkward, crushed, devastated, confused. But moving forward into season 2, I mean, yes, Jace and Clary have had a connection from day one, and it's been electric between the two of them. But now that they've found out that they're siblings, it's causing Clary to question a lot of things about her feelings towards people. You know, maybe if she thought that Jace was could be the love of her life, and now those feelings were obviously meant something different, or maybe did they? We don't know. So there's a lot of questioning happening, but ultimately, not only did Jace find out that Clary was his sister, but he found out that Valentine was his father. And Clary knows what that causes more than anyone, and sort of the dark path and the doubt that can cause in a person. And so she desperately wants to be there for Jace as a sister to help him through that the way that he helped her through that. But Jace is in Valentine's clutches right now. So a major motivator at the beginning of the season for her is getting to him and getting him out of that and sort of pulling him out of that dark hole.
So you said that Clary really grows in season 2.
Yeah.
Do you think that she has any problems trusting herself?
Trusting herself, she's actually learned to trust herself more. The thing she has a problem with is trusting other people. Because she knows that she's starting to learn how to use her skills and she's gaining more confidence as a shadow hunter. But she also made enough mistakes in season 1 to know that not everyone is as trustworthy as they seem. And so moving forward, she's a bit more cautious and a bit wiser when it comes to things like that.
Can't help to be wiser.
It's true. But, nonetheless, she still makes mistakes.
Oh, of course.
Something
it's
I
part
love
of the growing
about, yeah, that's the thing. It's something that I love about Clary and something that makes her so relatable is that she's so passionate and so gun-ho and she's just ready to dive in and commit 110% to whatever she's doing. And she's so committed to the fact that whatever she thinks is the right thing, she thinks she can accomplish. She really is well-intentioned, but sometimes she falls flat on her face.
Oh, wow. Those were great questions.
Thank you, guys.
So the cast actually let it slip that you were the best person to ask about internet slang.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to do the internet slang challenge.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. And
No
we'll,
pressure, right?
We'll see what you know.
All right. Suck it to me. Let's go.
Ready for the first one?
Yeah.
All right. So which of the following Shadowhunters pairs is probably the most NOTP? Clary and Jace, Clary and Simon, Magnus and Alec, or Simon and Izzy?
Is the most no TP? But none of them can be no TP. I mean, I guess right now, because Jace and Clary are brother and sister, that would be the most no TP. But they still have a connection and they still have a relationship, so you can't exclude any of those.
Well, we'll see what happens in season 2. Second question.
Yes.
What is a stan?
I was just talking about this with Harry
Oh,
and
really?
Isaiah literally this morning. morning. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
really?
one that I have yet to figure out. I heard it has something to do with an Eminem song. I really don't know.
See, okay, so here we have that it's a avid fan or a
Yeah.
big supporter of a celebrity,
Uh-huh.
who, you know, they just are obsessed. But Eminem's, I mean, you know, Eminem songs.
Well, no, Eminem, like, as in the rapper. There's some
Yeah.
kind of song that he has that has to do with a guy named Stan that's a super fan.
Oh.
It's a whole convoluted explanation that somebody tried to explain to me, and I
Man.
still don't. I'm gonna have to Google it later.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary.
I'll call Matt to Dario, who's the Googleizer. He's the king of Google.
Oh,
He's our
really?
resident expert. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things when we're talking about something on set and we don't know an answer to something. Well, you know, the conversation will move on, and then 10 minutes later, Matt's on his phone and he goes, "Oh, wait, this is interesting." And then he gives a full explanation with full detail and arguments to back everything up, and we learn so much.
Yeah, God, it's like being in session in class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if a ship becomes a reality, what is it called? This is the hardest question.
If it becomes a reality, it's
It's a finger.
OTP?
So,
No, I don't know. What is it called?
actually, apparently it's called a canon.
Oh, okay, yes. I was just learning about this too. So
Oh,
canons
really?
are the couples that are like endgame, and they're the ones that are supposed to be together and will be together eventually, right?
Got it.
I think.
So, who would the canon of Shadowhunters be?
Well, we don't know that, do we?
Ooh.
I mean, the classics from the books are Clace, Malik, and Sizzy, but there's a long way to go for all of them, and we don't even know because we've made so many changes from the books, especially this season. We make drastic, shocking, devastating changes
Oh
from
no,
the
you're
books.
scaring me.
You should be scared.
Oh man.
You should be scared. But no, they're all for the benefit of the show. And what's great about having the show be different from the books is that you can really add a new perspective, and you can see these characters in situations and in places emotionally that you don't get to see. You get to see sides of them that are completely new, that you didn't see in season 1, that you never see in the books, because we push them out of their comfort zone in ways that the books don't.
Alrighty. So the last one we have, I'm going to give you just a couple of words,
Okay.
and it's your job to use it in a sentence.
Okay.
Alright, so first is lit.
Okay. Oh, Shadowhunters. Sorry, I thought I was going to use all the words in one
Oh, no, no.
sentence. Shadowhunters season 2 is lit.
I believe that. Let's go with sus. Any ideas? What
I
about,
knew this at one point, but I don't remember.
let's try woke.
Woke? Oh, I don't know if I know how to use this properly. I don't think I know how to use this properly. I know, like when I read it, I know how to understand it, but I don't know if I could legitimately use that one properly.
What about savage?
Savage. You know what? The demons this year are savage. I can tell you that. We actually have reworked a lot of our demons, and we've brought in a lot of new elements. So we have and they're more horror based this year than they were last season. So we have one demon that's partially animatronic.
Ooh.
We have another demon that we brought in a contortionist and put him in a full bodysuit to play this demon.
That's cool.
That one was the freakiest because that one was just me and the demon in the scene, and it was coming at me. And I
Oh
was like,
man.
oh my god, I can't deal with this right now. It was too much. I couldn't handle it. I may or may not have had a couple nightmares from that.
Oh man.
But it's so great, and then they're enhanced with VFX in post production, and I'm very excited to see it all come together.
Yeah, me too. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do just one more thing,
Okay.
which is the accent challenge.
Oh my.
I mean, you're very talented,
I'm so nervous for this.
so this will be the ultimate test.
Okay.
So in this cup, we have a few different accents, so you're just going to pull one and maybe give us a line from season 2 or, you know, any one of your favorite
Let's see
phrases.
what I can do here.
They're tiny.
Yeah, let's see if I can grab one. Okay, Southern. See, this one I can do because I was actually born in the South, and when I first learned to talk, I had an accent, and my favorite color was pink, and everything had to be pink. And somehow, when I moved to Missouri, where I grew up, I lost my accent somewhere along the way. So there's that.
Wow. That was so good. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Let's see what else is in here. See if I can go from accent to accent now. Goodness. English. See, I always get nervous when I'm doing this accent now, and it's probably not very good because I'm a bit out of practice on this one. But I can't do it as much because we have a lot of British actors on set, and I never like to do it in front of them because I always get super nervous. And that was not my best.
That was
There
so
you
good.
go.
What are you talking about? Oh my god, maybe just like one or two more.
Let me see if I can do one more. Oh, I can't even get a hold of any of these.
I know, they're so small.
They're so tiny. Oh, Irish! I used to be able to do a really good Irish accent, I see. You know, you've just got to, no, I'm British again. It's hard going from British to Irish. No, I don't think I ruined myself with the English. Let's see. Let me see if I can do more.
Maybe whichever one you pull next, you can sign off and do it in the accent. Tell everyone when Shadowhunters is going to be premiering. And
Oh, it's Southern again. I'll do Southern again because it's still Southern. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching today, and don't miss Shadowhunters Season 2 on January 9th at 8/7 Central on Freeform.
Yay!
Bye, y'all.